Interestingly enough, in the gospel this week, we're talking about marriage, and in the bulletin this week, Deacon Tom is writing about marriage, and Father's preaching about marriage, so I wanted to put my 2 cents in there as well. I, too, was at Rebecca's wedding yesterday, and I will be at Hollis's wedding. Please keep them and their families all in your prayers today. It's such a wonderful, wonderful occasion. But as I was listening to the liturgy yesterday at Rebecca's wedding down in Lowell, some words really came to mind. I don't know when the last time any of us have been to a wedding liturgy in a Catholic church, but like all of our liturgies, the words and the meanings and the theology are very profound. And what really struck me that comes up numerous times in the wedding liturgy is the word covenant. That marriage is a covenant. And that's a word we toss around a lot, and it has a very, very specific meaning, so I just wanted to touch on it today. Most of us, if we were asked what is a covenant, we would say, well, it's a promise, it's an oath, it's a binding contract made between two parties. And that is very true. But even in the symbolism of a marriage, we can see the deeper meaning of a covenant. A promise is very much like an engagement ring. That's a symbol of hope. Right? That's a symbol of high intention. Right? But what comes the day of the wedding? Comes the wedding band. That's the covenant. The unbreakable commitment is the covenant. There is a familial quality to a covenant. A covenant merely isn't an exchange or a promise. It's bringing someone into a family. And throughout salvation history, God has established covenants with us. From the very beginning, with Adam in the garden. We all know how that one turned out. And then we had the covenant with Noah, which was kind of a recapitulation of the covenant with Adam, but it was different now because everything wasn't perfect anymore. Then we get the covenant with Abraham, and the promise that he will be the father of many nations, and he's given the symbol of the covenant. And then we have the Exodus. We have the slavery, the bondage, not only temporally in Egypt, but that symbolism of the bondage to sin. And God gives the commandments to Moses. That covenant, which lasts all of about 5 minutes as well, before he gets to the bottom of the mountain. So he establishes what? The Deuteronomy, the second law, where we get a lot of these additional things that help us strengthen our fallen nature to follow God's commandments. So we get a lot of the dietary laws, and that's where you get what our Lord was talking about in the gospel today, the laws concerning divorce, etc. After the Mosaic covenant, we get the Davidic covenant, which is the covenant with King David, that David will have a son who will build the temple, and that son will rule with divine authority, and he will rule over the kingdom of Israel forever. Now, of course, David's son was Solomon, and that ended at a certain point, but we know, through the hindsight of Revelation, the enlightenment of Revelation, that is, in fact, our Lord Jesus Christ, who not only completes and fulfills that covenant, but establishes a new covenant in his blood, bringing us into the family of God. Now, if you read through these covenants, and especially in our covenant with Christ, we hear a lot about blood and bloodletting, and it's kind of a little unsettling. But think about what that means. All of us each have these separate relations. But to make an oath of blood, to make a covenant, is to truly and fully bring someone in to family. To have that familial relation, father to son, mother to daughter, brother to sister. And that's what a covenant establishes. So that's why we always hear that marriage as a sacrament is sanctified in the fact that it mirrors the relationship between Jesus Christ and us as a whole, as a church, because it's bringing us into one blessed family. Amen? Amen. Have a wonderful